A new wave of cyber attacks is making headlines, with the Australian Signals Directorate sounding the alarm on a serious threat targeting Cisco IOS XE devices. This matters because the exploitation of a critical vulnerability could lead to significant breaches in telecommunications and other sectors. On November 1, 2025, the ASD reported ongoing attacks leveraging a previously unknown implant called BADCANDY. The attacks exploit a severe vulnerability, identified as CV 2023-20198, which has been actively targeted since 2023. This flaw allows attackers to create accounts with elevated privileges on unpatched devices, making them vulnerable to control. Next, we'll explore how these attacks are executed, the implications for affected organizations, and what steps can be taken to mitigate the risk. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. The BADCANDY exploits have developed a troubling timeline, marked by increasing sophistication and persistence. The initial exploitation of the CV 2023-20198 vulnerability began in late 2023, when threat actors began leveraging this critical flaw to gain unauthorized access to Cisco IOS XE devices. By October 2023, variations of the BADCANDY implant were already detected, indicating a rapid evolution of tactics among the attackers. As 2024 progressed, the frequency and scale of attacks surged, with the Australian Signals Directorate noting a significant uptick in compromised devices. By mid-2025, it was reported that approximately 400 devices in Australia had been infected since July, with a staggering 150 of those infections occurring in October alone. This spike in activity highlights the urgent need for cybersecurity measures and the effectiveness of the attackers in exploiting unpatched systems. The implant itself, described as a low-equity Lua-based web shell, presents unique challenges for cybersecurity professionals. Its non-persistent nature means that while it cannot survive system reboots, the threat actors have demonstrated an ability to detect its removal and reintroduce the malware. This capability underscores the critical importance of not only patching vulnerable systems but also monitoring for signs of reinfection. In response to these ongoing threats, the ASD has urged system operators to take immediate action. This includes a comprehensive review of device configurations, especially focusing on accounts with elevated privileges and any suspicious tunnel interfaces. The agency's recommendations emphasize the necessity of maintaining strict oversight and implementing robust hardening measures to mitigate future risks. As the situation evolves, the persistence of the BADCANDY exploits serves as a stark reminder of the dynamic nature of cyber threats and the continuous need for vigilance in network security. The ongoing BADCANDY attacks have significant implications for cybersecurity, particularly in sectors reliant on Cisco IOS XE devices. As the Australian Signals Directorate (ASD) highlights, the exploitation of the CV 2023-20198 vulnerability poses a severe risk to telecommunications infrastructure. With an estimated 400 devices compromised in Australia alone, the potential for widespread disruption is alarming. The nature of the BADCANDY implant, characterized as a low-equity Lua-based web shell, allows attackers to manipulate affected systems with elevated privileges. This means that not only can they access sensitive information, but they can also alter configurations, potentially leading to further vulnerabilities or data loss. The fact that this implant is non-persistent complicates the recovery process, as it requires continuous vigilance from system administrators to prevent reinfection. Furthermore, the ability of threat actors to detect when the implant is removed indicates a sophisticated level of monitoring and persistence in their tactics. This underscores the need for organizations to adopt a proactive security posture, including regular audits of device configurations and strict access controls. The ASD's recommendations for reviewing account privileges and identifying unauthorized configurations are critical steps in mitigating the risk of future attacks. Additionally, the ongoing nature of these attacks serves as a stark reminder of the evolving landscape of cyber threats. As attackers refine their methods, organizations must stay informed and agile, implementing patches and hardening their systems to defend against not just the current wave of BADCANDY exploits, but also future vulnerabilities that may arise. The situation calls for a collective effort across industries to share intelligence and best practices, ensuring a robust defense against increasingly sophisticated cyber threats. To effectively mitigate the risks posed by the ongoing BADCANDY attacks, organizations must adopt a proactive and multifaceted approach. First and foremost, Immediate patching of the critical vulnerability CV 2023-20198 is essential. Organizations should prioritize updating their Cisco IOS XE devices to eliminate the exploit vector that attackers are leveraging. In addition to patching, it is crucial for system administrators to conduct a thorough review of device configurations. This includes identifying and removing any unauthorized accounts, particularly those with elevated privileges, such as those with the Privilege 15 setting. The ASD has emphasized the importance of scrutinizing accounts with suspicious names or random strings, as these could indicate malicious activity. Furthermore, organizations should assess their network architecture to limit the exposure of vulnerable devices. By restricting public access to the web user interface, organizations can significantly reduce the likelihood of unauthorized access attempts. Implementing robust access controls and ensuring that only necessary services are exposed to the Internet will help fortify defenses against potential breaches. Regular monitoring and logging of system activity are also critical components of a comprehensive security strategy. Organizations should enable TCACS plus AAA command accounting to track configuration changes and detect any anomalies that may indicate compromise. This proactive monitoring will enable teams to respond swiftly to any suspicious activities. Lastly, organizations are encouraged to follow hardening guidelines provided by Cisco, which outline best practices for securing devices against exploitation. By adopting these measures, organizations can significantly enhance their resilience against ongoing and future cyber threats, ensuring a more secure operational environment. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals.